Random scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, dash it, babe. Oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So this time we're on part 3, I think, of the Lapbook. Okay, so this is where we finished last time, where we'd edged it all and we had done the insides. I know I talked about maybe covering this with map paper, but you know what? I think I'm going to cover it with something different because I want it to feel like it's been cobbled together rather than it's been made as one thing. Do you know what I mean? A thing, as one entity. I want it to feel like, you know, it's been thought about over time. So what I think I might cover it with is just some generic paper for the time being. So I thought I could use this as some kind of a base layer, just to cover it, start the covering process of this, and also just give it a bit more rigidity, because remember it's super glued together, so I just don't want it to kind of tear apart. So I thought I could cover it with this first, and then I would cover it with something a bit more decorative. So maybe some floral, that's what I was thinking, something with a nice bit of contrast to it. So what I'm going to do is exactly that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down, and all I'm going to do is, rather than worry about it, you know, how wide it is, etc., I'm just going to cut it down so that it is the width of the ruler. You know, I love this ruler for that. I don't actually do very much measuring when I use this. I'm going to use the width of the ruler, and I know that that means that I'm going to end up with a piece that is very narrow, but I'm not worried about that. I can use it for corners and that sort of thing. So, but it just means that I've got something. It's because the ruler is about an inch. So about, I can't remember what the width is. Oh, it's, an inch and 1/8. So it's fine. So we're going to cover this. So the other thing that this has done is it's made this, you remember when we covered it, it's made it a much more stiff, and the stiffness is the thing that's just going to give it a bit more rigidity. So, and I'm going to glue this onto here, which means that it's another day when I haven't had much to drink. I'm going to have to wet my whistle. So, yeah, so I was thinking about this. I just thought, I don't want it to be all one look. I want it to feel like it's been made over time and everybody's had a bit of an input on it, maybe. Let's cut that there and there. Oh dear, Dave, you're not even cutting. Just take that off for the time being. Should have done it like this anyway before I started. Do that. So, just going to glue that down, stick that down, and I've made a bit of a ruckle in there. That's not. I don't think that's a word, Dave. A ruckle. A buckle is a word, but I'm just covering it, like, really very basically for the time being. I'm not worrying too much about the corners at the moment. And in fact, I'll just dull that bit over. And that's also just to give this a bit more strength. Like I say, it's corners that are quite lacking in their strength because they're just glued together at the moment, and I haven't done anything with them since I've glued them. just want to get this all down. And I thought, well, I thought I could have done it without you, but, you know, if I'd done it without you, then somebody would have said, what did you do? How did you do that? So I'm doing it in front of you. I was a bit annoyed about the fact that I've done that, but also I'm thinking, no, that gives it a bit of that authenticity as well. You know, that faux authenticity that we like. Makes it feel like it's been cobbled together. So
Dave's got scraps from way back when, turning trash into treasure again, flipping pages with a dash of flair. In his world, nothing's rare. Stickers, stamps, and old postcards, gluing memories like a work of art. Ephemera flies across the screen, he's creating magic like you've never seen. Dash of Dave with paper dreams, crafting worlds or so it seems. Jump to joy with every page, watch him set the stage. Set the stage. Buttons, ribbons, vintage lace, he brings smiles to every face. Lost in layers, stories told, in his hands they're worth pure gold. Colors clash but they blend so neat, washi tape makes it all complete. Step by step he's in the zone, with every piece his art has grown.
So that's that covered over. See, it's a bit more rigid now. Got a bit more rigidity to it. Right, so let's have a think about what we're going to cover it with. Just bear with. Cool. So I think I'm going to use this. This is some tissue paper I've had for a long time, and I think I am going to use this to cover it with, because it's definitely got my aesthetic to it. Shut up saying aesthetic, Dave. You sound pompous. So, right, I'm just going to cut a bit off, and then I'm going to cut it down from there. Oh, don't cut your wire, Dave. I'm not going to need all of this. Well, certainly not for this bit anyway, but I've got that. That way then I've got some here left over for when I come to do, because you know I wanted to do another section. So if I leave that over there. So I think if I cut, I don't know how to do it, maybe cut strips. Let's just cut a strip and then maybe tear it and do some random bits. Oh dear, that didn't go very well, did it? Maybe like that. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to need some glue, aren't we? Do I glue that? Do I make that sticky, or do I stick this? If I'm going to stick this, what am I sticking it down with? This is very true. You don't. Oh, maybe let's get a glue book. It's a bit of packing paper, so I'll use this. And maybe try doing it with the stick glue first. Because I don't really want to go down the route of using paper mache glue. Because you know how messy it gets. I'm just going to randomly arrange it. I'm just going to accept the beauty of how it tears and use it that way. And we will cover it however it covers. But I'm not going to put it on in nice straight lines. I'm going to put it on wonky, so that we get, it looks like it's been cobbled together. Okay, so it doesn't, we know it doesn't tear in that direction, which means that it'll tear better the other way, because it's just the direction of the, can't speak, the direction of the fibres, that's the word. I love this tissue paper, it's beautiful, isn't it? You don't see tissue paper very often that's got flowers on it, that's on a dark background. I think that's the reason why I picked it up. I can't even remember where I bought it from. It may well have been Paper Chase that doesn't exist in the UK anymore. Paper Chase was a nice stationery store. It was very expensive stationery store, but it was still nice. Let's put a bit more. I knew I'd get very gluey. Goes without saying, doesn't it? So, what do you think? I think it's nice. I like it. What do you think? I don't know. I don't care. Oh, look, it's not. What? I thought it was that way that it teared. It tored. Tored? Tored isn't the word, Dave. Tore. I'm going to tear off that really straight edge. Didn't mind using the straight edge right in the corner, but you can always see a straight edge. So I'm just going to have it with wonky edges. The problem is, because it's tissue paper, you don't want to be sticking it on in the glue that you've just done. Otherwise it just gets stuck to the paper, face down as well. And you know, if I think it's not looking flowery enough, I can always, you know, take a few images out, you know, find a few pieces that I like and lay them very strategically in places. So for instance, let's just going to cut it with a bit of a jagged edge, just so you don't see the straight line. Maybe put that piece just in there. Oh, let's do it the other way, like that. Cool. Yeah, because it was looking a bit. Oh no! Oh, you've just completely squished it, Dave. Because it was looking a bit sparse. There we go. Just need to be careful that you don't try and smooth it out before the glue's dry. So yes, so it's now February. Well, it's February for me. I don't know when you'll be watching this. Oh, I'm 2 weeks ahead. No, week and a half ahead. So it should be February for you guys if I've got my calendar right. I completely missed putting any flowers on that bit, Dave. You've just got another great big sparse area. Let's see if I can get some. Let's cut something out specifically. I'm just cutting it jaggedly because then you don't see the edge so much when you glue it down. Yeah, so well, I can't even think when this is being filmed for. So this is being filmed for I can't think. Don't even know. What have I filmed up to? There we go. Just cover that and make that look a bit nicer. Put a bit of colour in there. Let's just have a look. I'll tell you in a second because I need to find out where I'm at. So, content. I think this is for the 10th of February. I think. So, but January was a long month. It seemed to go on forever. And it's not because normally people suffer because they get paid before Christmas and then don't get any more pay until after Christmas. But I get paid on the 15th, so it doesn't affect me in that way. But yet it still felt like a long month for me as well. I'm just going to stick that on there and then come back and fill in the gaps. And I know the insides also need doing, but I'll come back to them as well. Okay. Put that on. I don't know. Maybe put that there. Yeah. So has it been a long month for you? Did you feel like January would never end? It's also been very cold here in the UK, and that doesn't help you because you're kind of stuck inside. You can't really go anywhere or do anything because the weather's too cold. Well, it's not that you can't; it's that you don't want to. It's not like we were snowed in or anything. It's miserable, and it's usually wet in January for us, but like it was very snowy this year. So and I guess I know that there's a lot of people have had snow. Obviously not in, well, I would assume not in Australia, but you might have done. I think global warming might have really taken hold. So it's just a welcome. Well, it's just welcome knowing that February's here. February's a short month as well, so we know it's going to be 4 weeks long, and that's it. But also we know that following February is when we start getting the first signs of spring, and it starts to feel like the days are getting lighter, and we all feel a bit happier. If you suffer with SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, the long January days and winter days aren't good for you. I don't get seasonal effect. Well, I don't know whether I do. I've never been told I do, but I just always feel a bit melancholy in January, and obviously there's everything that happened last year that makes it feel a bit sadder. So what shall I do? Put that on there. And come back and I'll fill all the gaps up with bits, but I like it. I like the way it's going to turn out. I believe. I hope you do too. I'm glad it didn't go with the map paper, because I think the map paper might have been just a bit too, been there, done that, seen that, bought the t-shirt. Let's just tear the end off there, so that's a bit jagged. Put that round that corner. I love those really bright orange, I don't know what they are. Fat hen, are they? I know it's not a fat hen. There's a plant in the UK called fat hen. It's not even a plant. I think it's a weed. But then, you know, what's a plant and what's a weed? A weed is just a plant that's in the wrong place. A place that you don't want it to be is usually what a weed is. Might be fat hen, I don't know. That's fat hen's very like an orange colour. It's beautiful. I like the. It's very unusual fat hen. The plant. You don't see it very often, but. And I didn't know what it was called. I had to Google it, but apparently that's what it's called. So fat hen. I guess it looks like a fat hen. Guess that's why it's called fat hen. Okay, well there's a big bit there we need to cover up, so let's just tear this edge down and then glue this bit down. And I often wonder if, I mean, like we must get different weeds around the world. I'm sure our weeds aren't the same weeds as, you know, Australia and Canada and America and New Zealand, but I don't know. I'm you know, I'm surmising rather than knowing. And I guess you'd need to know what we've got in order for you to know whether we have the same things, and also that would take somebody who knew what they were talking about to answer, because I don't know. I don't know what they're all called. Fat hen is the one I know. Nettles. We have a lot of nettles. We have what's the other thing? Not nettles. Thistles. We have those. We have well, daisies, obviously. A lot of daisies in the UK. I don't know. I'd say obviously. It's not obvious unless you know. So, what else? Daisies. What are those? Dandelions. I have a lot of dandelions. When I used to take Worcester for a walk, I used to like running through the dandelion heads, you know, the ones that are like all, like, they blow away. I used to run around in them and he'd come back covered in them. Beautiful boy. Miss him so much. So dandelions, what else? Brambles, so like, you know, like blackberries and that sort of thing, so we call them brambles, but again, don't know whether that's something that everybody calls them. Occasionally you see wild raspberries, although I wouldn't say they're weeds though, would they? They're just wild, so they're livid if you pick them. But I've got stuck to my finger now. Get off me. You watch me stick all of these nice strategic places and then go and cover them up with something, because when I glue it down, you know, when I attach it to something, and it'll get covered. Are they all covered on the outside? No, let's do the outside first. Let's put... Oh, Alexa's talking to herself now. I can hear her downstairs and saying, Dave, here is your reminder. I can't remember what the reminder's for, though. And I'm in the wrong place to find out, aren't I? So I'll have to go downstairs later and say, Well, ask her what reminders I've missed. I don't know whether that works actually. So. Oh, it should come up on my phone. Oh, I think it. Oh, it's transmitting my barcodes. Nothing very exciting. I do a lot of consumer research stuff, so I scan barcodes from my shopping and get points for them. So I do it because I don't earn a huge amount of money and I have to survive somehow. So I get vouchers for doing it. So. Oh. A member of the Kantar panel, if anybody's interested. Oh look, that was too short. I didn't. I've got a space there now. Oh, it's all. I'm getting very sticky. It's all just stuck to my fingers now. Get off me. No, still just stuck to my fingers. So this week there should be a one sheet wonder because I've done some prep. Although I went out for lunch yesterday. Yesterday for me, which was Saturday the 1st of February for you guys, because I film in advance. Went out and met up with my nephew and Caroline, his partner, and it was nice that they were up here because you know they'd live down south. They live back in Coventry where I'm from, but they were up here for a party, so we just arranged to meet up, which was lovely, and we just had, you know, good food and conversation like you do, and it was just nice. And then they went to their party last night, and then they were travelling back today, so yeah, so anyway, sorry, I've kind of digressed and then forgot what I was talking about and was concentrating as also, so I think I'm just going to put that down as one big piece in there. Vic's at work, so I'm seeing him again tonight. He was here last night, and then I'll see him again tonight, because he's on a late, so, but it'll just be late, obviously, because he's on a late, so he's closing tonight, so about 11 o'clock before I see him. No, actually later than that, about 11:30. So yes, oops. Wrap that round there, that round there. I don't know. This has a feeling of, is it that Japanese using, is it jet? I can't think what the, you know, that there's a lot of black with the inlay, the marquetry stuff. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm making it up, so don't quote me. You should never quote me anyway, so. Oh, that was a bit thin. Put that there. Got it all stuck to my fingers. I hate that sensation of having things stuck to me like this is. Oh dear. That's stuck to the back of there as well now. But such is craft. Oh, I've missed that bit there. Never mind. Wrap that round there. That round there. Look, it's all stuck to me and it's driving me mad now. There's a few bits there that I need to cover over. No, that's too thin, Dave. You're just ripping it for the sake of it now. That's too straight, that edge. No. Let's use another piece. Cool. Yeah, let's use that bit. Get that down at the top. Take that bit off. Put that across there. I'll show you it in a minute when I've finished it anyway, so. I really must find out. I might be able to scan this image and run it through Google, do a Google search of where this has come from, because I'd like to get some more of this. I really like this. I've got some ideas to do now. Ideas I could do with it. I mean, right, it's just that bit. Is that the only bit that's got gaps on it? Yeah, so it's just that end there. So I'll put that on there, maybe. Or let's put a little bit more underneath it. Let's put this down first, and then I'll put that nice piece on top. So it covers it up. Take that bit off there. It's all stuck to me again. Get off me! Stop it! Get off me! Oh, for goodness sake, get off me. That's definitely pieces stuck on there. Another bit, I think, just so I don't see any paper when I've stuck this all down. Right into that corner. Right into the corner. Around the top, and then if I put that bit in there, I'm going to tear it off there, put that across there. Yeah, that should be fine. Put them out of the way. Please don't rip, please don't rip, thank you. It's quite hardy actually, tissue paper, when it's moistened. I find it's more workable than decoupage paper. Let's just get that into that corner without it sticking to my fingers. Yep, I knew it'd come up. Oh, flaming heck, I've just made a hole in it. I need something that's not sticky. There's that bit now, a bit of a hole, so let's use this piece. My fingers weren't as sticky as well, it would stick better. And I don't need to cut any of it now, just wrap that round there. It's because my fingers are sticky and it's sticky, and then I keep pulling it off with my sticky fingers, so there we go. Cool, so that's what we've done. We've kind of made it look, you know, like it's been made, which is what we want it to be. So that's going to go in there. Oh, I like that. Yes, it's almost like you're saying, like, the, you know, the flowers of the world, or the flowers of Sudan. I think that's Sudan and Chad and Mozambique. So cool. I love that. I love the way that's turned out. I think I will. What's that bit on there? I think what I'm going to do is I will do some more of these and put them. That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? A smaller one, a wider one, and also cover them in the same thing. And that's why I'm glad I've got some of that left. Good, brilliant. So I think that's where we are going to leave it for today. I will be back on Wednesday with the One Sheet Wonder, and I will be back on Friday with more house stuff, and then next week we'll do some more on this. I think what I'm going to do without you guys is I will make some more. You know how I made that. It's only going to be doing more of the same. So I'll make that and cover it, and then it's all ready for next time, and then we can start doing more. Maybe that might be the nice thing to cover the outside with, or something else. Or something else. Right, so there you go, folks. So I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all, without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I'll see you in the next episode. Lots of love from me. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you very soon. Take care, folks. Bye. Bye.